James here with FSI K9 Academy. Today we have a video with WDDO and how we set up and conduct a double-blind certification test. This video is a quick example of setting up and conducting a randomized double-blind certification test. In an actual test, there would be 4 search areas. For this example, we are only using 2 search areas for each team. In the following videos, you will see an example of a fully trained bedbug dog with field experience, as well as a dog that is still in the early stages of training. The second dog is odor imprinted but has very little experience in conducting a realistic search. To design the test, the administrator will select 4 rooms and assign a room number for each room. To determine the number of hides to be placed, he will roll a 12-sided die. In this case, the number rolled was a 6, which means 2 rooms are to contain live bedbugs. Next, he will roll the die 2 more times to determine which of the 4 rooms are to have hides placed in them. Here the rolls were a 12 and an 8, meaning rooms 4 and 3 were to contain a hide. Now that he has determined which rooms are to contain bedbugs, it is time to place the hides. Each of the rooms that were selected to contain hides are divided into 4 quadrants. To place the hides, the administrator will again roll the die to determine which quadrant of the room the hide is to be placed in. For both of the rooms containing hides in this scenario, the die determined the hide would be placed in quadrant 2, with a roll of 6 in the first room and the roll of 4 in the second room. The hides are placed where they cannot be seen by the tested handler. After setting up the test, the hides are allowed to sit in the rooms a minimum of 30 minutes before the K9 team begins to search. Here we have the first dog, which is the more experienced of the 2. We will see this dog run 2 of the 4 rooms previously set up. Proctors and/or camera system are used to monitor the handler during testing to maintain the integrity of the test. In this example, we have only 1 camera view, but in a real test scenario, there are multiple cameras to ensure a clear view of the entire room. During testing, handlers are not allowed to move anything, or in any way search for visual clues of where the hides may be located. Tests are structured in such a way that moving objects is not necessary, and all hides are placed in a manner making them accessible to all dogs regardless of size.
Okay, show me what you got.
I didn't have any alerts in here.
Okay.
And I had 1 in the bedroom.
Okay.
He's right here.
Right here on the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's correct, right there. Good job.
Thank you.
If this had been a real scenario, she would have passed the test.
The second dog is imprinted on the odor of bedbugs, but has very little experience conducting a realistic search scenario. The videos that we have here are an example of the room search portion of the testing. There is also an additional phase of testing called the odor recognition phase. This phase of testing consists of the tested team working a series of containers to determine which contains live bedbugs. Several of the containers may have distractors that are commonly found in real-world scenarios placed in them. To successfully pass this phase of testing, the team must properly identify each of the containers containing bedbugs, with no false alerts on the distractors. Tests are conducted based on double-blind methodology. Double-blind means that neither the handler nor anyone else present during the test is aware of how many hides are placed in each scenario, or the location of hides in search areas, or if hides are placed in a given room. This minimizes the possibility that the team could receive unintentional help or cues that may influence the outcome of the test. The number and location of hides used in each scenario are based on randomized choices using a die as shown earlier in the video. Tests are objective, not subjective. No person other than the tested handler is allowed to interpret the canine's behavior or to intentionally or unintentionally offer advice or assistance to the handler. The test is designed to determine whether or not the team can effectively locate the target odor. Only the handler can determine where their dog has performed a trained final response, also commonly referred to as an alert. The handler is responsible for clearly communicating the exact location of all alerts to the administrator. All alerts must be within 3 feet of the hide, or it is considered a false alert. Tests are pass or fail. To earn a passing score, the team must correctly identify the location of all hides and may not have more than 1 false alert. The purpose of this test is to simulate a scenario that the team is likely to encounter when working in the real world, and determine their ability to reliably locate where the target odor is or is not present. The testing may be conducted in various types of facilities, such as homes, hotel rooms, offices, etc. Teams that successfully complete this test are setting the standard for the canine scent detection world.
Okay, show me what you got.
I just have 1 alert in here.
Okay.
He alerted on the corner of the stream bag.
Okay, that's a false alert. What else you got?
There's 1 in the bedroom.
All right, show me.
He's right here.
Okay. Right here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hide is actually in the corner right there, so I'm going to measure it. And that's just over 4 feet. Hide is actually right here
Okay.
at the very top of the bed. So if this had been a real test, she would have failed because the dog alerted over 3 feet away from an actual hide.